Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, 2023. I'm gonna start really quickly. If you want more information on crystal mining with me and a whole bunch of us, I think there's like 15 or more people, almost 20 people signed up and a few more spaces left. So if you want a spot, please ask for information and the email down below so you can get connected with that in May. But okay, so here we go. Thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. What can we see for the twin collective that joins me here? What are the divine masculines most supported to know about their journey right now? What is it that the divine masculines most need to know about what they are experiencing in their journey at this time? Getting Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, Lord of Success Unfulfilled. So there's a little bit of cause and effect. Oh, I saw 111. Cause and effect and karmic learning. So divine masculines are understanding what the root cause of unfulfilled success, or they're noticing that they're getting this brick wall energy. They're trying to force things. I heard karmic partnerships, relationships, work scenarios. They're trying to force things because they say they want it. But certain things are giving some pushback. So they're not seeing success and they're deciding they would rather have success with things meant for them than to keep trying to force things that are so freaking hard in the first place. And Two of Cups, Lord of Love. So they are seeing what comes naturally and what is forced. Dare I say, wu wei. That is the art of not forcing things. So yeah, divine masculines. Let's look at this. Seven of Pentacles, Lord of Success Unfulfilled. Take the reins of your life back. Don't force things. So all divine masculines watching, don't try and push against what is showing up for you. It's ironic that in these divine relationships, there's more of a running away from how easy they are in some regard. And that's wise because it could be premature to come towards. But this is clearly feeling like the things that aren't meant for you. You're not meant to keep trying to force those to come into being. But let's get some future energy. How is this Lord of Success Unfulfilled going towards the future? Okay, we get Twin Flames and King of Wands. So it looks to me like divine masculines, you haven't had success with some partnerships that you've thought would be power couple dynamics, and you haven't necessarily had success in this twin flame scenario. King of Wands in the reverse is saying in both scenarios, it's time to focus on self so you can be your whole purpose-led, shamanic, embodied self. So whether this is the in-between world of not getting these karmic situations to a satisfactory stage, or feeling like the twin flame connection isn't viable at this time, the common denominator is you. And this is going to determine which connection really is a fit for you. This is saying you're not in your potential yet, so no matter what you go towards, your karmic scenarios won't produce the fruit you're looking for, and you won't be able to come into twin flame connections if you're not in this empowerment. This is also going to weed out which is which, because when you are in your empowerment, only an empowered counterpart is fit for this king. So you will get success in relationship when you focus on yourself, divine masculine. Two of Cups, love. What can we see for the Two of Cups? This is the root of it all, I just heard. And Page of Cups. So again, you have to have this connection to your own solo cup here. The common denominator is you across the board, divine masculines. It's about you being transparent, letting the fish out of the cup about how you really feel. Be honest with yourself. Karmic situations don't actually sit at the deepest level of connection. It's always kind of this niggling feeling, like your anxiety is telling you it doesn't feel quite right, but you want it oh so bad. And the divine counterpart, you know it feels so good, but it's like, how can it work? Because there seems to be some deal breaker. So pay attention to those seemingly polar opposite dualities, divine masculine. It's somewhere in the middle of those extremes, and you are the common denominator. Okay, what can we see for a divine feminines? What do the divine feminines need to know about their journey at this time? Fell on the Two of Cups, and we get, okay, King of Pentacles. This is Prince of the Chariot of Earth, and Six of Swords, Lord of Earned Success. So that fell on Lord of Success Unfulfilled and Lord of Earned Success. Divine feminines, you need to know that your divine masculine needs to earn the success in these connections by coming into their empowered version. I'm looking at the Three of Swords, which is Lord of Sorrow. It can be third-party situations. We did get some information there about the karmic situations. So that's karmic partners, but it can be business partners and other things as well. Any third scenario that's been the path of least resistance, I just heard, where the divine masculines have thought that that would produce the results they want, that they wouldn't have to do the work or try to make this beautiful twin connection fit in an obsolete paradigm. So divine feminines, your divine counterpart needs to earn this success by stepping into their best version and aligning with it, and you need to align with it as well. But let's pull some clarifiers. So King of Pentacles is the entrepreneur card. It's also investment of time. What do the divine feminines need to know about King of Pentacles? Look at these wounded warriors. One is kind of looking at the other saying like, it's your fault. So divine feminines, stop pointing the finger at your divine masculine and buckle down and do what you need to do, your due diligence. Meet your divine counterpart on the other side of this becoming by focusing on what you need to take care of. There's still another little push of clearing and healing and purpose. What is the Six of Swords? Lord of Earned Success. What can we see for divine feminines? Oh, the Knight of Cups to match the Page of Cups for the feminine. So this is, where is that card? That's cool because it was the second clarifier for each. This is the self-love. This is you, Six of Swords, making progress in your own right, not needing your divine counterpart to be responsible for your happiness, your healing, your closure, your balance. It is not their job. It is your job to bring your own mindset to balance. Most of the time, it's an issue of timing, divine feminines, that if you feel like your counterpart should owe you something, usually it's because you've had an expectation and they didn't match what you desired. And that just means, you know, timing's everything. Please do not desire things to be at a certain point if they're authentically not mutual or warranted. That is your requirement to become mature enough so that you don't unduly wish for something that's not actually available from somebody based on their developmental stage, their awareness, their preferences, all of that. People don't owe us things just because we say we want that. Okay, doesn't mean that just because we can sense the potential that they have to give it to us right when we sense the potential. Let's get into a mirrored reading here. And it doesn't mean it's never going to come. Just because you've sensed the potential and it hasn't shown up also doesn't mean that that's not your person. Unconditional love leaves the door open, leaves room for it being your person or not being your person. Okay, let's do a mirrored reading. Divine masculines on the left, divine feminines on the right. And Starseed Oracle down the center column. I'm going to do a chakra reading. We'll start at the crown chakra. So thank you, Divine Creator. What can we see for the levels of mirroring and connectivity for the collective at this time? How are the divine feminines and masculines meeting on all the chakra themes and levels in the collective at this time? Please bring through the highest and best messages. A little bit more shuffling. There's more decks to shuffle here. Oh, my cat. Turned her back. When I started this, I thought she was belly up, looking at the camera. I realized when she used to groom herself, she was clearing a lot of negative energy. Purging for the collective. What can we see for the chakra levels? Okay, crown chakra, what are we getting? Quickening, exponential expansion, 43. So here's that self-love we saw for both of the counterparts in the opening. Well, 1111 I just saw as I said that. So yeah, there is something speeding up. So the veil is thin. We're going to be getting a lot more downloads, a lot more information for our own life paths, because we're not so fixated on each other. We're taking that codependency tendency out of the mix, and we're really being more accountable with our own energy. So what's happening for the masculines on the crown chakra level? Okay, they're seeing, this is kind of connected to the first message, because we've got anxiety about what really makes divine masculines happy. We saw that there was some trying to force reality to comply with what they thought they should achieve. So they've had some kind of an expectation that is not easy to manifest right now, because it's not actually for them. And in this new energy, divine masculines, you're not going to be able to force your reality into compliance anymore. This is the magic ticket, is you're going to be seeing the answer to your anxiety is actually aligning with what is beneficial from the divine perspective. So that is free will aligning with divine will. If you are a divine masculine, this is something that you can surrender to, that you can have the faith and trust to allow for your eyes to be open to what is before you that is of divine blessing, that you've manifested as an answer to prayer. This is really a rapid succession of things illuminating to you on that higher level that are the remedy for anxiety. You're going to start seeing potentially that these connections are the answer to that prayer, that karmic situations that you've been trying to manifest are not manifesting because they're actually not what is best for you. You're getting these lessons about manifestation. It's not that you're a poor manifester. It's that you are trying to manufacture the image of what you think you should be manifesting to receive what you think success would be. But if you drop into the feeling of it, some of these things that the divine masculines are trying to manufacture are not actually going to produce the feeling, the result of fulfillment and blessing and abundance that you think, divine masculines. So yeah, the divine wants to give you the answer to your prayer, but it's like you're off on this side tangent trying to manifest something that you think will result in that feeling, but it's off track. So you're going to be seeing that. You're going to be seeing it, divine masculines, much more clearly, that you don't have to force manifestations into being. Your eyes are going to be opened over this next little while towards these divine connections actually being the feeling you're after. Divine feminines, we get Ace of Wands and the Sun. So you're also going to get a lot of downloads right now about passion projects, innovation, inspiration. You're going to be off to the races. You won't see it all at once. This is like a yes energy. It's this budding yes energy, but you are getting these higher vantage point downloads right now about what could be possible in your own right. You may not have all the answers, but it's going to be coming in lots of ideas, lots of what ifs, lots of brand new ways of looking at things. What can we see for the third eye? Oh, we get psychic vision on the third eye, hidden meanings and dream readings. So dreams are still ramping up for the collective. What are the masculines dealing with? Okay, we've got confusion, but also laying a foundation. So it's like one foot in front of the other. Jump in the net will be provided. So there is a leap of faith. Like divine masculines, it looks like you're about ready to throw your hands up and say, I'm done with this anxiety. I'm done with things feeling badly. I'm confused. Like how, it's like a coming to God moment. It's like you're going to realize you can't keep trying to push your will into the world without it being beneficial. It's like you're getting this cue that you need to concede, divine masculines, and really ask to be shown clarity, ask to be shown anxiety-free paths, ask to be shown truth, ask to be shown deeper meaning. Drop in past the surface, divine masculines. Find a real sense of purpose, a deeper meaning. It's a good time right now to interpret those things on a deeper level. What are the feminines being asked to be aware of? Prince of Wands in the reverse. So this is a deepening of lust. This is streamlining all of that kind of fickle energy, volatile energy, hot and cold ghosting, runner chaser stuff, alchemizing it, balancing out. This is balancing out that hot and cold, no longer contributing. Divine feminines, you've become very wise with the energetic understanding of these patterns. And so you're not engaging in that anymore. That is also setting divine feminines apart in all of the options for divine masculines. There's more of an intuitive, intentional foundation that divine masculines are laying. And so divine feminine, your divine masculine has never been more apt to see how different you are from a karmic feminine energy. Divine masculines, you've never been more qualified because you keep trying to manifest certain things that you think look good or fit the bill, but they keep failing because they are not the feeling that you're needing to go for. What can we see on the throat chakra? Seal of clairsentience, clarity, knowledge, channeling, and union. So watching the speech, speaking from that unified place, speaking truth, speaking authentically, speaking with emotional availability, speaking with intention. The Emperor is stoic and not speaking. So there is a preparation about how important words are, saying what we mean, meaning what we say. Divine masculines, you are rethinking the things that you have tried to express, the things you've said you've wanted. There is a very subtle shift here I can feel for the divine masculines, that there's this more intentional, more comprehensive understanding of the energy within what you've been saying you want. It's not just, I want a partner and a house and a car and a dog and 2.5 kids or whatever. It's more this energetic feeling, fulfillment, purpose, greater mission, contribution. That's the kind of thing that's wanting to be generated here. It's like divine masculines, you're waking up to this brand new option that does not enslave you, that doesn't make you feel like you're a workhorse just going to work 9 to 5 without a true contribution or anything beyond expecting dinner on the table. It's a very outdated paradigm. It's like life is being brought back into it. So you're starting to talk about or dream about how things could be rather than what you've been shown or modeled for gender roles, for tradition. There's much more aliveness coming into the idea of what partnerships could offer. The sky's the limit. Creative outlet, teaching, artistic expression. You're starting to see that a partner isn't just a role. You're really looking at that, but not talking about it. But there is this higher information coming in rapidly right now. Things are illuminating. Depth is being exposed here. Wow. Divine feminines on the conscious or on the throat chakra. You're very clear on what you don't want anymore. This is the rock bottom, left for dead. This is also light and airy manifestations. There's that Ace of Wands there about the passion projects, the ideas coming in. So you're no longer feeling abandoned or left for dead. You're really saying, wow, I've really learned a lot and it's time for me to experience myself. I heard full throttle, like going for the things that you know you're meant to bring in, speaking about these innovations, generating networks and opportunities and new friend groups and aliveness. No more waiting, no more wallowing, no more woe is me. It's time to pick ourselves up and change the world, divine feminines. There's so much leadership coming in and unification, collaboration. So not just waiting for this one masculine counterpart to come in and complete, to go for mission, but using that information to streamline and activate 2, 2, 2, 2. How nice. Yes, divine feminines, this is the motion. It's inspired by these connections and the lessons learned, but it's not dependent on the collaboration directly with the counterpart. What can we see for the heart chakra? Flower of feeling, compassion on the heart chakra. How beautiful. We got intuition on the third eye. We got communication, channeling on the throat chakra. We got quickening and exponential expansion on the crown. And we got compassion on the heart. I love this. It always seems to align. It's beautiful. Emotional awakening and forgiveness. So what are the masculines doing in this? Bravery. About seeing divine feminine again, communicating with divine feminine, forgiving divine feminine. So there's something here that might have been a misunderstanding. Forgiveness is the energy and emotional awakening. So divine masculines are bravely looking at whatever has put distance in these connections, wherever it went wrong, wherever it fell apart, wherever there was triggering, wherever it got spastastic. Divine masculines are understanding that they want to have the cycle come back in, that they do kind of want to see you again one day or talk to you again or unblock or innovate, communicate more, hold their own with their own ideas, go more deeply and see where there could be a shared project or collaboration. They're not quite ready for all of that in some regard, depending on what level each divine masculine and union is at. But there does seem to be more bravery than there was in the previous cycle, more potential for teamwork in the connection on some level. What are the divine feminine's energies? Yeah, not quite ready. to take this leap of faith together as well. It's perfectly mirrored here. We've got 7 of Wands and 9 of Wands. Here's that passion, again, that one wand that the feminines are really focused on in this reading, which is the passion, the soul-driven, inspired projects and direction in the feminine's own right. Really going for what the divine feminines are being asked to look at. We even had the Wounded Warrior card. It's the same 9 of Wands in the first reading. This was the stop blaming the masculines and go towards. In this deck, it says this is the not quite time yet card. And so it's like, whoa, 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 I've got something I need to do. So before the feminines can really take this leap of faith, divine feminines need to clean up karma, do more healing, step on mission. There's something still that they're really, dare I say, even enjoying seeing themselves come through. And so there's compassion for all involved. There's just this camaraderie and we're doing it kind of thing. I need an anthem playing in the background. It's like we're really getting somewhere. Everybody's tapping into their own constitution here. I'm hearing digging their heels in and putting the pedal to the metal. So both feminine and masculine are digging into the reserves, starting to see how good on their own they really are, how whole, how capable. That's the heart space. So the hearts are full to the point of having enough to give, to go for it, to do it, to succeed. What is the solar plexus chakra? Merkaba matrix, light body expansion, illuminated presence. So this is empowered motion out into the world, glowing up, reaching a new audience, leveling up, expanding whatever it is that has been in the works. There is an expansion here. Oh, and there, now this is the 9 of Wands for the divine masculine. Same kind of energy, but there's this new dawn coming in out of the separation. So there's an empowerment right now. It's not quite time to break the silence or to come in from out of the cold, but it's dawning. There is this go it alone kind of stoic battle that's being seen for its arrogance, stubbornness, misguided. There's a little bit of a fluffy withholding. The masculines are catching themselves with true confidence. They know that they didn't really need to keep these connections at arm's length. The only reason they would need to keep these connections at arm's length is if they were too insecure to be in these connections. They didn't feel like they could bring their best to the table. It was premature. It's like falling in love with potential. So divine masculines are seeing their capacity growing to the point where they can bring themselves in from out of the cold and not lose themselves in these connections. They have reached a sufficient level of accountability, mastery, responsibility. They're seeing that in sight. What are the feminines expanding the awareness of? Taking time to rest, to be good to themselves, to heal. Increased ability to communicate, to think before just acting. So taking time for self, thinking before they communicate. They're much more responsible managing their own energy, being accountable for the way that they are either high functioning or exhausted. It's like divine feminines are realizing that the more they honor and love and respect themselves, the more they pay attention to when they feel to communicate, when it's appropriate, when it's coming from the right place, when it's masterful, when it's needy, when it's balanced. Divine feminines are taking care of number one, and this is allowing them to have communication or interaction from a grounded and balanced and thoughtful place, not an egocentric place in a negative way, but from a self-love, self-care place that does not need the other person to fill a deficiency or a void or lack. So yeah, this glow up for divine feminines has empowered the divine feminines to be able to chill out a little. What is the sacral chakra up to? Light body activator. So we got light body expansion in this output and empowerment, but the activator is this sensual, sexual chakra, forward movement, empowerment, and luminosity. So true sacral compatibility, attraction, sexual connection, the sexual connection between twins. I'm hearing sexual manifestation, telepathy, sharing of that sexual elixir energy. This profound knowledge of that connection, that point of connection, is inspiring this forward motion and empowerment, confidence, ownership of one's self. So there is a sexual healing that's happened here, I'm getting. What are the masculines feeling on the sacral? They're making the changes to see how empowering these connections would be publicly or as a unit together out in the world doing mission. This is a bit of that monogamy piece, or any of the reasons why the masculines might not have felt these connections were somehow socially acceptable. That's changing. And it has to do with how empowered the sexual connection is, how empowered the sense of pleasure is, how much pleasure the masculines are recognizing and allowing to inform them about these connections. They are simply not finding this degree of pleasure in other connections, and that's changing their mind about what is valid or worth investing in. And it's also specifically impressing upon them that if there is so much pleasure and joy and love and true connection, especially in a sexual sense, it's really impressing upon them that that should be celebrated publicly. That should not be a stigma or a point of contention. That should be something that is proud, is not hidden, is common knowledge. They shouldn't feel insecure about others knowing the secret that they have this incredible fire connection with someone. They are realizing that, here's the infinity symbol, that this is a galactic, supercharged, beautiful, intense, eternal love. And just because they don't see examples of these odd couples in some regard in mainstream society doesn't mean that that shouldn't become the norm, the permission, that anything goes if the love is there. Yeah, so the divine masculines are starting to embrace the quirkiness of these connections. I'm really taken with how young this person, and I'm not saying children, I mean, these are for 18 and older, but this masculine image looks very, very young. And so some masculines might feel too young to be entrusted with a love of this magnitude. I mean, doesn't matter how old the masculines are, there's this sense that they feel like a newbie with things like this. Well, spoiler alert, divine masculines, you are the precocious ones. You are the ones that are being gifted these blessings. You've manifested it because of your energetic alignment, your capacity, and your mastery in the making. People who magnetize a love to this degree are very, very, very amazing. And that means if you found yourself on this journey, You are one of those, divine masculine. You are incredibly aware in your own right, and the universe has deemed you worthy of smashing that together with another whole universe. So yeah, you might feel like this eternal child energy, ill-equipped, but it's also like a child that you come into the surrender to these kinds of things, that open wonder, not resisting the intensity, but being curious and having an open mind about it. So it's like that fresh energy. So wow, yeah, so this is the empowerment and forward motion that these connections are allowing the masculines to see, that this is worth fighting for, worth making the changes that they are inspired to make, so that their mindset, their lives shift to accommodate the joy of these connections, the pleasure specifically. Something about the sexual connection, and that if these couples were common knowledge in community and in the public, there's something of the mindset shifting to allow the divine masculines to embrace these connections, prepare for them to be more out in the public. Divine feminines, wow, Seven of Cups clarified by the Seven of Cups. In these two decks, they are two of my favorites. So this is the forward motion empowerment. This is like shooting the eye of the needle with the peace. So dropping into what is the most peaceful interpretation of whatever you are experiencing or describing to yourself, and then unconditional love, upgrading the chakras, the DNA helix, becoming crystalline, streamlining the energy, not going into overwhelm, but shifting it into productive, and looking at any of those scattered energies and through the eyes of love and bringing them higher. I'm hearing that sentence or saying, if everyone jumped off a bridge, or if your friends jumped off a bridge, would you jump off a bridge too? The reason I'm saying that is because this is where you get to say, hey, wait a second, jumping off the bridge isn't safe. And that is like unconditional love in all of these regards. We don't have to just follow blindly. We can lead, and we can take the unconditional love. We can consider all the different themes and ask for the understanding of what the love-based energy would be. So this is the empowerment based on the sacral. That's our divine channeling chakra as well. So that is literally tuning in to what love would be, divine feminines, and feeling on all those levels what your feedback, your biology, your emotions, your mindset would say when you ask to be shown the higher love, the higher way of looking at it. If we have sacral chakra imbalances, we are not able to trust the ecstatic voice of the divine and to channel and to be used in the name of divine love. Until we heal that and balance out, it is confusing. There is no rhyme or reason. We're nervous to say we know things and to express that in a high frequency way. We actually feel like we're going to offend people or intimidate or overwhelm. And so this is, oh, I'm thinking of another meme. What was it? It was something like, it's something about don't make yourself into bite-sized pieces, let them choke on all of you. Something like that. Yeah, your light can shine really brightly. It's not you that's offending anyone, divine feminines. Be you completely. It's the accountability of the observer to interpret whatever the observer is looking at. That is the free will. If more people thought for themselves through the eyes of love, there would be no judgment, no condemnation. It would just be acceptance and natural organization. Either it works for people or it doesn't, and people would just go this way and that based on what felt good and what didn't, and it would be authentic in the name of love if we were all healed. We're getting there, we're getting closer. So keep leading the way, Divine Feminines. Keep balancing your own heart. Keep going for the higher love. Beautiful. What can we see for the root chakra? Timing, rhythm, synchronization, and frequency. So the root chakra is the most physical chakra. This is the grounding. What can we see that's coming into synchronization with the masculines? Oh, we get Capricorn season again with the devil, and we get the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, but it's also temptation, and I'm getting alcohol here with the barmaid and the drinks. The frequency, so some are seeing that they've had addictions. Divine masculines, your addictions, your coping methods are front row and center. Drug abuse, I just heard. There are things that you are realizing are going to not work for these kinds of connections. Some of the ways that divine masculines have been coping or not coping all too well, I just heard. So yeah, this is a really make or break kind of energy. There might be some tough times in the month of January for some divine masculines, or they may just be having root chakra issues and coping in ways that aren't necessarily balanced at this time. I'm going to pull some advice for the divine masculines that might be dealing with that. What can we see? Divine masculine, collective, cellular light, self-illumination, and simplicity. Yes, you're flat out being told, cut out addictions right now, cut out excess, everything. Anything that you do in excess or you know is a crutch or coping method, get off of those habits, divine masculines. It's time to bring it back to simplicity and to get real in your energy, to ground out. Karmic situations are being forced right now because you're not doing this in your own right, and they're easy. So wake up to that, clean this stuff up, stop trying to force things that you think will look the part, and really align with the right frequency. Synchronize, divine masculines. Continue doing the work so you can bring it into realization. Whoa. And divine feminines on the root chakra level, energetically moving forward. Here's the King of Wands in the reverse again. I think we just got that for the divine masculines. So divine feminines, keep moving forward energetically. Don't fear that you're abandoning your divine masculine. Keep your standards going in the direction. Be the light. Be that consistent energy. Keep advocating for the things that you're meant to be moving forward on. Your passion projects, your innovations, your insight, your aha moments right now. Keep doing that, and just trust your divine counterpart is what you do for self, you do for twins, so is affected by you moving forward. They are beginning to see that they have to let go of certain things that are karmic and addictions and things that are putting a wedgie in these connections. They have to do that, but you can't do it directly. You have to just keep becoming your best version and know that energetically that moves things forward with your counterpart. Let's get a card for the divine feminines regarding moving forward and influencing the masculine. Telepathy, correspondence, and declaration. What you do for self, you do for other. Divine feminine. So keep doing what you're doing. Step on mission. The feminine does lead in a lot of cases, in a lot of types of scenarios. The feminine does demonstrate energetically the path. So keep doing this, divine feminine. It does influence your connection, and it does support your masculine to step onto your highest timelines and keep moving forward. Keep creating motion. Don't be in stagnation and waiting. Pick up the pieces and go for it, divine feminines. The divine masculine is energetically being pulled into, I heard compliance, but energetically more into inspired living, depth, awareness, freedom. Okay, many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.